All right, time for another giraffephysics.com, debatephysics.com also, but again, no physicist has the integrity to defend the physics they preach. They just want to tell everybody what the truth is, and they don't want to have to argue it and defend it. So they're worse than a lot of religious people. And, a lot of religious people say, look, I have faith, I have this, I have that. These people won't tell you what it is that provides their confidence. And I think it's based on, again, no better reasoning than religious reasoning. They want it to be true. It doesn't, it's Leibnizian again. This whole MV thing, just recognize the whole MV squared thing started because Leibniz thought Descartes and Newton were too atheist. Their physics was too atheist. And really, we're still there. And this is just the Inquisition, where, they're still trying to shut anyone up who talks against their God theories. All right, so anyway. I did file whatever you call this appeal thingy, okay, where you just basically say, you got to be kidding, right? You don't have a good excuse for this nonsense. So anyway, I wrote, I attempted no edits to the encyclopedia. I merely solicited discussion on talk pages regarding the accuracy of the science being described in your encyclopedia. I spammed nothing, I harassed no one, I merely attempted to defend my claim that some statements need editing. Apparently, whatever crime I committed, it happened on the VQuakr talk page. Seems to me you just censor people who disagree with your editors, especially if they happen to be winning the argument. Okay. What else can I say honestly? There's nothing, I didn't do anything wrong here. This is infantile nonsense. And these are the the highest ranked editors on Wikipedia, and this is the best they can perform. So this stupid VQuakr guy kept talking after I was blocked, which is fine. I mean, at least he's answering my question, right? So I made it clear. I just want the evidence. Just show me any experiment, where it's, 3 times as fast gets you 9 times the work done. Or it takes 9 times the fuel to do the 3 times as fast thing. Come on, just show me the evidence. And so he types this rubbish in response to that. So anyway, I'm not optimistic about changing your opinion. Why should I change my opinion? So this is, it's amazing. So you're claiming there's a Holy Ghost. I say, show me the evidence. You say, well, when I had a horse's dick up my ass, I saw it. You're just telling me about some vision you had when you're on drugs or, have a horse's dick in your ass. And, I'm supposed to be impressed because you say so. I'm saying I need to see so. You're saying something's true. Jesus walked on water. And I'm saying, well, if you don't have a videotape or I can't go see it myself, well, fuck you. That sounds like a story. You think gremlins run the universe, and you don't think you have to provide any evidence that there are such a thing as a gremlin. I mean, it's just such bullshit. Why the fuck would I change my opinion? I'm asking for you to show me. I'm not asking for any... There's no other way you're going to prove it except to show it. Or make a logical argument, and what's the logic? There's no logic here. It takes 100 times the fuel to spin a motor 10 times as fast. It's absolutely illogical on its face. All right. Let's see. Since you seem, in a word, entrenched. Yes, I'm entrenched until I have reason. I have to have reason to change my entrenchment. And I think I should have the expectation that it be a good reason, okay? You're not providing anything. You're not providing any reason except you say so. Oh, fuck. Anyway, I already described an experiment demonstration I've personally performed. Again, I'm not sticking a horse's dick up my ass. Okay? I don't really need to have your imaginary, event. All right? I want to see the actual experiment. I don't want to see or hear about, whatever you do in your private life to create these fantasies that you have. Anyway, I mean, this is silly. I've personally performed. What is that? that should be on the Wikipedia page then. Well, I've personally seen it, and that's all. That's good enough, right? If I believe it, then everybody should believe it, right? Isn't that all we need for proof? Oh, it's just so bad. And this is after I directly requested. I'm not going to believe it till I see it. So you have to show me a reference. Show me some evidence that it's true. Show me a picture of Jesus. Show me at least a Sasquatch hiding behind a tree. Show me something, but show me absolutely nothing and then claim, why the fuck aren't you convinced? Doesn't the non-evidence convince you? Anyway, I've personally performed that confirm this obviously factual issue. So it's not obviously factual. The text I didn't get, it wasn't allowed to post, pointed out that for over 100 years this was kind of aggressively, people were insulting each other, debated. So it's not some obvious factual issue that you are quite comically railing against. I'm railing against deception and dishonesty and inaccuracy. And you're defending it. That's the simple truth. Another example would be to launch a marble vertically in the air. So this is how he proves it took 4 times the energy. Okay. Twice the velocity for low velocities in which air resistance is negligible will result in 4 times the maximum height reached. Yeah, and that proves what? It's only twice the time. So again, you just keep ignoring it's only twice the time in the gravity. 4 times the distance, twice the time in the gravity. 9.8 meters per 1 second. Anyway, that you are, okay. A marble vertical, twice the velocity will result in 4 times the maximum height reached as the kinetic energy. So the more nonsense, more of his fables is converted into potential energy. So again, there's no conversion. The object doesn't, the only thing happens is the object loses its velocity. It loses force. And then it regains it when it falls back to Earth. Okay, against gravity. So, I mean, just, it's not, you can't even call this circular reasoning. It's so obviously up its own butt. But you changed the subject. I didn't change any subject. So nowhere in my text did I change the subject. I didn't say cars. I didn't say any of that. I just said 9 times the fuel to 3 times as fast. So that can go for a lot of different things. And clearly it's just playing a semantics game. I clearly asked you the spinning argument. All right, so just show me the spinning proof then. But it would still, anyway, I'll read it. It's just such an evasion. But you've changed the subject when you talk about quadratic fuel demand. How so? I mean, it doesn't change the subject any. It could mean anything. Fuel demand can mean anything you're launching. Anything. With any kind of device, a rubber band, a spring, an explosion. Anyway, we were talking about kinetic energy as a spinning object. That would be fine with me. That's all I asked you to do was show me. All right, not ongoing power demand. We're not talking about ongoing power demand. I'm talking about an impulse energy. So again, just play a game. That's what I said when I didn't say it. In most machines, the amount of energy to come up to idle, so he's really just talking about a car, our operating speed is small compared to the energy expended in operation. Yeah, so that's even more reason for you to be able to figure out that 10 times, that something going 3 times as fast isn't going to require 9 times the fuel. That means the kinetic energy stored in the rotating equipment is an insufficient portion of the overall fuel. So it just doesn't, what sense does that make? What are you talking about? You just said that the idles are relatively efficient. So the idle speed doesn't really have much to do with the fact that, yes, to go 10 miles an hour probably takes less fuel because you're just converting from idle to motion. So all the wasted energy of idle is going to be turned into motion. But it's a tiny percentage. All right, anyway, overall fuel, not to mention we get that energy back when, for example, the vehicle coasts to a stop, whatever that even means. So again, so how does, what is, I don't even know how to relate or even to argue something so silly. Nothing coasts to a stop and we don't get anything back. The fuel consumption of a machine in operation will vary. So what is this even? This means nothing. You're talking about shooting a marble into space. What are you talking about? There's no fuel consumption varying. For example, for deeply subsonic flows, drag forces tend to be quadratic. We're not talking about drag forces. We're not talking about atmosphere. We're not talking about any of that crap. So again, nonsense. Whereas sliding friction and rolling friction forces are typically consistent regardless of speed. So there you go. So he also believes that you're not going to fall through thin ice. You can walk any speed across thin ice and you have the same likelihood of falling through. So if you're near thin ice, he would recommend not bothering to go fast across the thin ice because it won't help any. Because he says it's all the same. Friction's the same. Bullshit. I mean, it's absolute nonsense. What he's preaching is garbage. His physics is garbage. He doesn't understand the subject. And here he is telling other people that they can't talk. That only he's allowed to talk. And only he is allowed to publish. And he doesn't even know what the fuck he's talking about. He has no facts. He has no experiments. And it's completely illogical shit. Okay, sliding friction and rolling friction is not constant regardless of speed. It's absolutely provable nonsense. It's proven by every single thing that you slide down a ramp or slide across ice or slide across a surface. It always ends up going half the speed 3/4 of the way down the track. Always. When gravity is causing the friction. Just an absolute fact. You're denying it. You're the square earther. Okay, you're wrong. You're inaccurate. You're incorrect. And here you are blocking people, okay, because they disagree with you. Disgusting. Such a fucking coward. So look, even though I'm blocked, you should extend the conversation, coward. You should be willing to make the accusations you've made public. You should be able to defend them. So come on my channel and type a comment on it defending your behavior. Prove to me that you have some reasoning and some logic to defend what you're doing. You little piece of shit. Okay? I can prove you wrong, and I can prove you have zero evidence for the fable you're telling. That formula this asshole posted does not get correct answers. It's fucking wrong. You'll never be able to prove it because it doesn't fucking happen. And until you prove it does happen, you're a fucking slandering liar. All right. So is that enough? So one of my comments doesn't show here, so I guess I'll have to recompose it, and copy it to my website. But it's just disgusting. These fucking assholes. They can't stay on the subject. They can't keep the subject, the focus on the subject. They have to just try to gaslight you into it. They have to just try to force you, okay, to start defending yourself. And so they can, in some way say you've done something outrageous. I mean, it's all just so fucking trolly. They're such cheaters. Ugh, disgusting. It's disgusting that we, again, it's just, I don't know. Why are we letting the world be run by these petty, ignorant, stupid, dishonest tyrants? Ugh, it's terrible. All right, maybe I'll leave it there. I mean, I've already drawn the point so many times, so I won't do that. I'm not going to do that in another video, right? I mean, I could do the examples relevant to this, this rolling distance thing he just said. It's just wrong. It's absolutely wrong, okay? Friction changes based on your velocity. Absolute fact. Per foot, friction changes. The faster you're going, the less friction, the less energy you put into the ground. The slower you're going, the more energy you put into the ground. Absolute fact. All right. Now pause. All right, so we have a reply to my request to be unblocked. It's by this asshole. So he says the Scottish Finnish radish provided the reason for the block above. There was no reason. So what a fucking lie. There's absolutely no reason here, okay? There's nothing cited as a reason. It says something, not here to build an encyclopedia. That's not a reason. That's not an explanation. That's absolutely nothing. You have to make some kind of accusation that I spammed it, that I did something rude or inappropriate or something. You have to cite something. You have to cite a sentence. You have to cite something. You can't just do this. You're just so fucking lame. All right. So I don't know what this means. I mean, it doesn't mean anything. Provided the reason for the block above. There's no fucking reason. And it was not directly related to anything on my user talk page. Well, then why was I blocked while I was talking? What the fuck is it? What's the story? So I don't say anything for 12 hours, and then when I'm right in the middle of a conversation, I get blocked. Oh, I see. For what? Oh, come on. Too ridiculous. So what does this even mean? Why are you talking on my talk page absolute meaningless mush? What does it mean, your opinion? Your opinion is... whatever that says means something to somebody. Somebody should know what the fuck you're talking about. I was blocked because, again, I can't even remember what I was blocked for. It's so ambiguous and meaningless. Not here. It appears that you are not here to build an encyclopedia. What the fuck does that mean? I was here to edit incorrect statements in the encyclopedia. What else are people supposed to show up to do? What's the other purpose here? Fixing what's broken. That's what people should be showing up to do, is fix what's broken. Oh, God, you people are just so fucking pitiful. I mean, just, all right, so let's see. Please review Wikipedia and then add the following text to the bottom of your talk page. Yeah, so I did that crap. So I don't know. So I don't even know what this means. So, I mean, obviously, what does it mean? You type this shit and it doesn't mean anything. How's it a response to what I stated? Oh, it's not a response at all. That's right. Not a response at all. I just, it gets more and more pathetic. You're just saying, now they can't be this bad. They just can't be. What is the fuck is wrong with these people? They can't show any integrity. I mean, none at all. They don't need to show any integrity. They don't need to do anything to cover themselves from just looking like little fucking weasels. They're okay with that because they know people can't tell the difference between, things with integrity and things that are garbage. I guess it's true. People are assholes. I mean, So, yeah, they'll fall for it. But it didn't fool me. Okay. So whatever, get what you fucking deserve. I can only wish that and hope that you get every ounce of what you deserve, you fucker. And we'll see, asshole. We'll see if in the future they find your behavior regrettable. You know, that in hindsight, oh yeah, we shouldn't have let that fucker loose. Okay. Enough of a video. Too ridiculous.